When you came to Newfoundland, was it in the summer or the
Spring.
in the spring? Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. Year was that? Do you know?
No.
You don't remember the year?
1887, you said?
1887.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And it was in the spring.
Yes, yes.
You said something about a cabbage patch.
Well, the father that year, he'd grown up cabbage to get rid of supply.
Yes.
Because them times it was, everything was sent down by steamer, schooner.
Yes.
There was no trains or anything then, not even road.
And you either walked or you went up and down the river by boat, eh?
Oh yes, there was not even the path in many places.
No.
All boat.
Was there any other people living close, nearby to you then?
Yes, there were. Oh yes. All Scotch people then, you know.
Yeah.
There's Macquarie's, Hugh Macquarie, Nancy Macquarie, all these. They lived where William Blaine used to live.
Yeah, later where Charlie Blanchard lived.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right. And now it's Donald.
that's right.
Yes. Yes, and then the French people, the Scotch people all left. Some of them couldn't talk any English. Oh,
No.
maybe we did one and quite a few more. It was all Gaelic. And then the French people came in, and by jingle they couldn't talk English either. It was all French.
Well, how did the French people speak to the Gaelic people?
Eh?
How did the French people speak to the Gaelic people?
Well, the Gaelic people were gone then, going out.
I
They
see.
were going and the others were coming. That's just how it went.
Where did they go?
Oh, the Scotch people,
Yeah.
they weren't, I met some of them when I was over this time. I went to see some of them some years later. I wanted to buy some ground at Big John's book, and they owned it, half of it. And I went over there, and Angus Allen owned it, part of it. And I had a job. No order for then was in a bog, going around on boards.
Yeah.
They hadn't started yet. See, then they thought that when they could make a living here, what wouldn't they do over there? Mine was just starting here till it would be big wages. No matter how ignorant you were, the more you were to get money.
Yeah.
But now it's different.
Yeah.
And Father McClellan was telling me, the first time I met Father McClellan, that's the parish priest there where we were.
Where Father McClellan was the parish priest?
When we went over now.
Oh, in North Sydney?
Yes,
I see.
yes. Well, now I'll tell you. And for the first thing he said, I buried one of your neighbours the other day, and that was Neil McCoy.
Is that so?
And he said he died a saint. That's just what he said. He said he was a very, very outstanding man, and he said he was one. He said he wasn't the ordinary man that could hold it at all.
No.
I would believe him what I struck.
Yes, there's no doubt. I think there was a lot of saints went to heaven.
Yes.
A lot of these older people.
Well, now you take Alan McKeedick. We bought his farm. Well, you know what he had when he left?
No.
He had $9,000 in bank. That was a lot of money that time.
Yes.
Nobody was thinking about putting money in bank. And
How did he make that money?
dribs and drabs. He saved it.
Yeah.
He had a big stock of cattle.
Yes.
Oh, he's gone. There's no cattle now like this.
No.
No. He had 35 head of cattle over it, I think.
That was a lot then.
You see, a lot of sheep, and he kept two horses.
Yeah. What year did who was the first priest that came here?
Here?
Yeah, came down here in this part, in the Codroy, on a mission.
Well, Father McGinnis.
Father McGinnis.
He was
yeah.
the old man.
Yeah.
He died. He was the old man. He was Scotsman. He wasn't one off his country, I don't think.
No. And who came after that?
Well, now, I don't know. Father Sears, Monsignor Sears was here then.
Which Monsignor Sears was that?
The old man.
Yes.
The old man. The man he lived. Well, the man,
Was he Pat Sears?
the old Miss Sears, you know her?
Yes.
Well, that's his sister.
Yes.
They were my wife.
Yes.
She,
Then after him came.
Dr. O'Regan, or
Doc-
later I suppose, I
Yes.
don't remember exactly.
Yeah. And then after Dr. O'Regan.
Dr. O'Regan, yes, I don't know.
Where does Bishop Howley come in?
Oh, Bishop Hollywood, he was never, he was stationed at St. George's.
Yes.
Now, when they went, one of them quarry boys, old Neil they called him, there was 2 Neils. Old Neil got sick in the winter, and they had to get a priest. And Bishop Howard was a young man then, I suppose.
Yes.
I can remember him, and I can remember very well he slept at our place.
Yes.
Well, there was not many places he could get into.
No.
There was no choice. But, anyhow, I remember the next morning, Father and him lived at the wood fire. I could see him yet. And how Father Howard said, or Bishop Howard said, the road's going past right here. There's no other place for it to go. There was no talk about it then coming, but everybody knew that these men knew there'd be a road somewhere. But he said that it was true.
They knew it would come sometime.
Oh yes, and the way they look at the land, it had to come there somewhere.
Yeah. And who came after Bishop Howley?
No, that's one. Dr. O'Regan, no.
No, it was Dr. O'Regan. What about, it was in late years then that Bishop or not, that was in my time, eh?
Oh, this enough years later.
Yes. There was a Bishop O'Neill or Father
Bishop
O'Neill?
McNeil,
Bishop McNeil.
Yes,
That's it.
Yes. And then we had one bishop was made bishop. He died. He wasn't very long bishop when he died. He was St. John's, Bishop Power, was it?
Bishop Power, yes.
He was a young man.
Yes.
And I always remember on Snow Cheers, he never thought very much of Bishop Power.
No.
And he said, I don't know how the conversation ran out, I suppose I was driving over somewhere. And he said, he smiled carried him through. I forget what he said, but he smiled, he put him where he was, as a bishop.
Yeah.
He smiled. It wasn't, that's about all was told. That's how we put it, but I don't think he was that small.
No. The first, I used to hear my father talking about the first house that you had. You had a log house.
Yes.
How many years did you live in that house?
I think 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. And
I
then,
often thought it was a darn shame we didn't have some pictures of it.
yes, of course
It was
it
a
is.
low building,
Yeah?
and the logs weren't even, there was no saw then, I don't think.
No.
And the logs were never cut off. Whatever some of them were 2 feet beyond where they met the house, and some of them were right land. But a lot of them, I can see that yet.
Yeah.
A lot of them ran out to go a couple of feet beyond the house.
Yeah?
They were never cut off.
No?
No.
Well, it was only an axe you used then.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sure. And then you started the other house.
Well, you know, yes, I don't, oh yes, it's the house that we're living in now.
Yeah.
You know, Baz Downey, even Jim Downey built the house. And the Baz Downey's son was around the other day.
Yes.
He was around here, his mother is a farmer, I think.
Yes.
He's black as tar.
Yes.
I don't remember what a nice man old Baz Downey was.
Yes. Was Tom Doyle's father and the Doyle family, did they come ahead of you?
They came at the same time.
They came the same time, eh? And they came up here at Doyle's, eh? Well,
It's just funny thing that father had no use for Grand River.
no,
No. I
no.
don't know why his perhaps it was because he couldn't get in there himself, I don't know.
Well, I suppose the site that they picked up here, the old Doyle farm, was
Yes, well, yes, that was very attractive thing.
beautiful.
And they could land with a boat went to the door.
Yes,
They could go to Mass, and I often went to Mass that way.
yes. Sure.
I often think we should get into Mass then. How
What you went through going to Mass then?
yes. Get up in the morning before daylight.
Yeah,
Get ready to milk the cows and everything. Get ready to go to Mass.
that's right.
But the cows hadn't milked anyhow.
Yes, of course. That's right.
Yeah.
And then the post office at that time, Searston, Gut was the big center.
John Doyle had the post office. It's yours.
Yes.
As far as I remember, there's where it was.
Yes.
It may be in that Blanchard's, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't.
You mean Blanchard's at Searston?
Yes, old Magdalene.
Yeah. Well, was there a post office before John Doyle
Well,
Took-
it
ran the post office?
must have been.
Yes, there must have been.
Telegraph office, and the telegraph office has been for a while.
Yes.
The first telegraph operator was Johnson. They were John Doyle trained with him.
Yes, he was before John Doyle.
Yes.
Now, John Doyle and Tom, were they older men than you?
Yes.
Yeah, they were a few years older.
Yes, and Clem. Clem was older than the rest of them.
Was he?
Oh, yes, he was his family except John. John was the oldest, and then Rose was the oldest.
Yes.
Jim Down is the married her.
She was married to Jim Downey.
Yes.
Yes, Rose.
No, I don't know.
That's Alvin Downey's father and mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yes. And then Uncle Mac Doyle, he stayed in Marguerite, did he?
Well, he never came over here to live. He never came. He never left Marguerite.
No. No.
Well, now the other night, I don't know what to talk about Newfoundland. Everybody thinks that, I guess probably from your right, that only for Joey Small, would we be in the ditch yet?
Yes.
But I can tell you that there was no money anywhere then, and Cape Breton was in the bottom too.
Sure.
And it's not, I said not many years ago, there was 5 or 6 fellows come over here, there was officers and lawyers, McGarry's, and they were surprised that you were from Central. And I remember they were. I asked them what they had that we didn't get. I thought we were all in the world and they were. You know, those were from Hartbury. And so we are too.
Yes. You mean we're a little more further advanced in things?
Yes.
Our way of life is a little more advanced than,
Yes.
yes, some of these people, yes.
Now, the other night, one fellow got up and he stamped his feet on the floor 3 or 4 times, and I said, hurrah for Newfoundland. Well, I said, we're ahead of Cape Breton.
Sure. Yeah.
So that was only fun.
Yes.
But you see, there was no money to do anything, nobody.
No.
Here, what you call them, paid out 11 million for the gain more votes.
That's right.
Nothing less than that. And then they didn't have enough money to make a patio door.
That's right. Do you remember when the first train came down here through the country?
Express?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember what year that was?
No, I don't know.
1887 or
I
one of
don't
these
know.
years? I think it was. That must have been quite a big celebration. Yes.
Well, there were some fine men then in Newfoundland.
Yes.
Although they didn't do very much. They were some nice people.
Yes. Yes.
That's yours. It's for him on his birthday. You?
Yes, it was a pretty gloomy looking place. You had I remember, we passed along there yesterday, today it was, along, first night we spent in Little River was at John Campbell's. I remember that, you know, where Paul Campbell lived and the Campbells down there.
Yes.
Well,
That's down across the river from St. Andrews.
yeah, from Rudy's.
Yes, Ludy's.
Yes, yes, that's where we spent the first night.
First night in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland in Little River.
Yes.
Yes. No, where we stayed at, I don't know where we stepped somewhere, Searson I suppose. I don't know where anyhow we came in boat. Came around in boat, we came up Little River.
Yes.
Boat. It wasn't a flat bottom boat, it had a keel, I remember that.
Yes. How many people could go in that boat now? How many people could it carry?
Well, the boat was about 14 feet, I suppose, long.
Yes.
Oh, these boats carried good deal of stuff. So
Sure.
we didn't have much to carry.
No.
But I don't know how we drove the cow over. And I think she had a calf, I'm not sure, but we had a sheep and a cow, I know we had that.
Yes. You didn't have any horse then, right? No.
Well, the other day,
Was that many years after, before now there was horses? Did anybody have horses here then? You remember?
I don't remember anybody having a horse around.
Your work would be done with oxen.
Oxen. And the other day we were talking, they come old fellas talking about olden times all the time. The two old fellas, they talked about olden times. They don't interest me very much because I think they make up a lot of it.
Yes.
They don't go on, not very much, but they talk about people dying all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And anyhow, but the other night I said, we're talking about doing things now. We had everything from this. I said, I remember hands and a cow. We didn't do it. I know a man did, or walk a cow. That was John Rudy.
Yes.
He used to haul wood with cow. Well, they said that they heard of it too. People using a cow for hauling.
Haul wood.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, things are changing so fast now that it's kind of hard to keep abreast of things, isn't it?
Well, I was surprised today, and I made 2 trips now across down here since I came. They take me out every day or someone.
Yes.
They know that I'm pretty old. And
Well, that's nice.
oh yes. But there's a lot of improvement in Codroy Valley, especially from the church up this way.
Yeah.
A lot of improvement.
Yes.
The road, now the railroad has improved a lot.
Yes.
You know that yourself. The highway, the dishes, the woods are all cut out on the side, and it's changed a good many places.
Yes.
They have it a couple of miles shorter now for the best.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And it's very noticeable.
Yeah.
The road is much better, look better.
Yes.
But they give all the these people give Joey Small all the credit for everything.
Yes.
Well, that's what he does. No doubt. But he does. I'm afraid there's another day coming.
Well, he's getting to be quite an old man now.
Yes.
And
I think he was foolish, didn't resign. But he's going to have a hard time with things to get through. May not, though.
well, he has more opposition now than he ever
Well,
had
he's
before.
been getting weaker, too.
Yes. That's to be expected.
I know, yes. Not only him, but most anybody that's been in politics long is bound to get a setback.
Yeah.
I suppose if really made up, you never get a setback. You know, it's very surprising. I'll not forget, I was in a hospital here down here 2 years ago, whatever. I was in the hospital at the head. And we talked about Joe Small, but the two young fellas that were AIDS, you know, that I said, his day is done now. Oh, what to call him, that new fellow from Cape was coming over. I said, some of the fellows that voted always against him said that they couldn't keep him voting for him, they liked him so well, and he was an honest man. Well, it had effect on him. I was almost nightmare. Much further. Yeah.
Now, what was the biggest fish? What was the biggest salmon that you remember being caught here?
40 odd pounds, what, 50 was it?
Wasn't it 44 pounds?
That's close, I know it's not. Sitting down on there. I caught one, you know, 35.
You caught 135
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. I wasn't, coming up in the boat from Sears, from Grand River, or Little River, and I had this spray out trailing. And I don't know, some sportsman was with me.
This was in the Little Codroy.
Yes, it was a cover. And the fellow said there, the fishies are right into your fry. And I wasn't fishing at all, just dragging. I think it's 35 pound he weighed it. And we landed him, but my God, I'll never forget that. What a job we had landed. We couldn't get a very good beach. And the fellow was so excited that I couldn't get him to come near me. And the salmon would throw me so. My God, I never realized that a fish could.
Very powerful, eh?
Oh, yes.
And you had a big rod.
I don't remember.
No doubt.
The only, it wasn't in the brackish water, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is that a long time ago?
Oh, not too long.
Gosh, I don't remember.
But salmon are not plentiful. I think they're very small to be known.
There's no big salmon like there was then, is there?
No, I don't think.
No.
No, now you'd see at Little River there, below Gale, so you'd see them there, water would be just alive with fish. You don't see any. An odd salmon jumps if you stay there long enough.
Yes.
I always remember one time we were walking on Charlie's Hill, and we thought there was cattle in the river. And then it was salmon getting up over the river.
The salmon, they moved up in the night, didn't they, too, a lot?
Oh.
And about dark, did they?
Well, now I'll tell you. Oh, it's many years ago, of course. I was with Murray down at the big salmon board, and he had a barrel of booze coming. An old man Luce was with me, and we came up in the night after the barrel. And it was a time when there was no water in the river, hardly. And anyhow, we got the barrel in the boat, and we had quite a job. Anyhow, well, we met the salmon. We thought there was no salmon moving because well, it was so. Well, this place was alive and coming over, getting into the Fox Pool. Oh, well. So the old man Lucy came to the conclusion that there was no water low enough to stop salmon.
No. Of course, the biggest salmon weren't caught.
Eh?
The biggest salmon were never caught, were they?
No.
There was some very big salmon.
There was big ones.
Yes, there was some very big salmon
Well,
seen in the river in those days.
Unreasonable. You expected you'd lose them because you take the small little hook
Yeah.
and that tremendous fish, and one flap of his tail will break a line.
That's right.
You didn't be surprised anybody that fished for salmon and know the strength of it. You know, they break a pretty good line.
Sure. A lot of leaders was broken with with their tail, the flick of their tail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody ran across the field, yes, the other day coming up. Oh, coming from,
Coming across the Gulf.
yes, coming across the Gulf.
Yeah.
Up in Kitchen South. It was right alongside of us.
Yeah.
James ran right and catching the wheel. Off over the boat with the blow of his tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't let me keep you if you want to.
Hey, Uncle Mike,
Well, I don't know.
is it 93 or 94?
Some says 94, I don't know. I thought it was 95 hours,
95, eh?
but I don't know.
Well, your birthday's in...
Eh?
that's 2 weeks.
Priest, now, what they give the name, the priest name of the baptism.
Yes.
Uncle Pat was my godfather.
Who was Uncle Pat? Was he
Oh, well,
Tompkins or Doyle?
Doyle. Tompkins. Pat Nick.
Pat Nick, yeah.
Yes.
Well, he was your uncle, wasn't
Well, Pat Nick doctor was Tompkins, isn't it?
he? Was he Dr. Tompkins' father?
Eh?
Was he Dr. Gregory's father? Pat Nick?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
But you think it's not, you'll be 95 this birthday, yeah?
Yes.
This is
But I don't
1971.
know. I'm not trying when I go home. I'm going to try to hunt up that dog.
Yeah.
What year were you born?
Well, that's it. But all I know is that I think that's correct. I'm 2 years and 2 months.
Older?
Than my father.
Yeah. Well, that would leave you about 94 now.
Dad, you want to bring Uncle Mike down now?
Yeah.
Right now,
I guess we'll have to go down now, will we? Dad, you want to go?
Yes, sir. I'd like to get home.
When will you be back again now? When are you coming back again?
Oh, my good gosh, I don't know. I never thought I'd be here today.
Oh, you'll come over again next summer?
Oh, this is-
Well, you'll come over for your birthday next year again.
Well, yes.
You'll have to make
Well,
it
I
a
tell
yearly
you,
event
When I
now.
went to South Bank, I guess I would have made arrangements to stay all the year, days, but I thought I would come stay a month.
Yes.
That's what I made arrangements to go. I was content to stay a month. But if I had known it so long,
My
I wouldn't come
suitcase.
home.
No.
In my suitcase.
And I'm not sure of stuff
In my
there.
suitcase.
That's why I got a car up to, I was anxious to get home today, but I don't care. I got,
Is Uncle Mike still on the candidate?
See you, Uncle Mike. I said, we'll see you.
well, I'm glad to see you, get here again before the, perhaps no, there's so many people dying, half of them alone.
No, I don't think.
You don't look at anyhow.
Dad, you got an